So we go to the front of the boat and have, I'll never ever forget, have this explained to us. We're now at the nose of the boat, second floor, looking out into the storm, what you can see of it, and we have explained to us by one of the, the local salts that's a little less freaked out than the majority of people. Says, I don't know how the conversation came up, obviously, other than the appropriateness of knowing what the fuck was going on with what he called green water. Never in my life heard the term green water. Green water is the depth of water that's standing on the nose of the fucking boat, on the window. So you're not getting splashed. It would be fucking, it was the most insane thing. We're standing looking out on this window. The boat goes into the nose of a huge fucking surge coming out of the top. Lands, looks for a moment, like for 2 seconds, like a swimming pool. Like you're in the bottom of a swimming pool looking up to like 4 feet of green fucking water. It's not bubbly. It's like fucking water. It's deep. And then it comes diffusing down to the bubbles on top and goes and fucks off past the boat. And then for like maybe 10 seconds, you can see the next thing that's coming, right? Yeah. So we get across, it's supposed to be 6 hours. We get 5 hours in, and we're now looking at where we're supposed to dock in Masset. And at this point, find out that they've got what's called what do they call it?
We couldn't get it. Just getting tossed undertow.
No, it's a sandbar that moves. I forget. There's a specific name for it. So they don't know where it is. They know that it's moved because of the turbulence of the water, but they can't risk bottoming out. The surges are such that they know that their draft to get through the entrance of the fucking bay that we need to get into to dock, it's too risky. There's a chance we're gonna fucking smoke the bottom if they go for it, right? So we now are in like we're
just getting tossed around like a cork.
But the idea that like we're trying to get here, we've left here in a bay. So what they do is they go down before they don't go the long way across. They go along the shore and then shoot themselves like the short route. So we're now like out in the middle of nowhere against an island with a huge fucking storm breaking out. All they can do, because they can't get into it, is go back to the mainland. So now we're like fucking 4 hours down from where we started on the mainland, looking randomly for a fucking safe place to find a bay to park in. So like, we're at this point like 11 hours in to something being tossed around before we finally find like a little bit of respite in a bay that's just totally like, the pilot has found it and we fucking end up there. And then we cruise across the next day and...
So how was the show?
How was the pussy at the gig?
The pussy rocked. And then we tried to get back, we couldn't get back.
That's going to make a great tape, Craig. If that doesn't get you a comedy now, nothing will.
We finally beat up the land.
That was mental.
Walking around, and then we see down on the beach, there's this big log, and there's these two guys sitting there. Remember that? The two guys sitting on the log? We're like, hey, let's go talk to those guys. So we started to walk over these guys, and they just flew away, because they were just gigantic eagles or some massive bird. And they just looked like two guys wearing raincoats sitting on a bench like that. That's how big. As we got, hey, let's go shoot the shit with these guys. We'll fish and just took off. And we're like, wow.
But the birds were smoking too.
I've been there. I've done that. And the ride that we took, we had fucking 40-foot swells, but we didn't get. I don't think we got the green water.
Green water.
But I remember going down to my cabin.
Oh, this is what I forgot. This is what
we get invited back by some nice folks to their place, and that's the night we found out Mickey killed himself, right?
Yeah, but not to take away from that, obviously, the most fucking salient thing that became the issue at the time was that if you recall a Norwegian ferry crashed the Estonia.
Like a month before.
The Estonia.
The same boat.
Okay, this is the same fucking ship. We now realize this, that I don't know if you remember the disaster of the Estonia. Yeah. Everybody fucking died. It was like up in Scandinavia. Like a good, a few hundred. Everybody. Yeah. No, everyone didn't die actually, but hundreds of people died. And basically what had happened is the front loading doors were left open. So but there's now a huge conspiracy as far as whether or not that had anything to do with it. But regardless, at the time, the official cause was deemed to be that the cargo bay was left open, it accepted water in, and it sunk quickly, right? So ours, out of precaution, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah Bush, and all that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Happy New Year. How are you?
Good. How you doing? You still own this place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all of them. In fact, Dave. How are you?
Nice.
Nice.
I'd like to know it.
Look at that.
You always do.
Near-death road stories was the topic.
Oh, okay. Walked in.
So what happened? What were you
So
saying?
the out of precaution for fear that the same thing would befall this Canadian run,
Same boat,
they
same shipyard.
they welded the front bay doors, the loading bay doors, so that it couldn't happen potentially. And so now you had in your head as the metal was shimmying, like you know, it was insanity. It was like paper moving, but it was, you know, big plates of steel, so the noise was insane. They at the same time you had to think that this is the welding is the only thing that's keeping the nose on the ship as well, and the fact that its sister ship had sunk with 100-some casualties just the year before. So it was insane. This is Queen Charlotte's. Alan and I own it. And it was one of those really weird ones where, because you're not, it's total resignation to hope if this is going down, we're not, it's not a fucking swim thing or, we're just a robot. When you look at people and, you know, like, we know each other really well at the time and we loved each other today and then, but it was just totally fucking, wow! Holy
The best way to see it was to just stand there and watch it happen, because then when you got broadsided, you knew it was coming.
You have to watch it or else
Sitting in the back,
get sick.
people were cowering, and then I was hanging on. There was like a steel ring at the front. And you just see like a 20-foot, 25-foot thing, and then that one's up this high. Then you got another 25.
Yep.
So you got a 40-foot drop, and you just feel the boat.
They shut it down.
Smash.
They shut the
Then you get
piano
to the
down.
shitty gig. Where are you boys? This is like an unbelievable night. This is what is a 6-hour thing. It takes us till 11 o'clock the next morning to get there. And we finally get there. There's not a cab anywhere. Like, and everybody knew.
Were they all on the ship?
We had to walk in.
Not a cab anywhere.
No. 'Cause they, you know, they'd always sit there when the cabs would be there when the ferry came in. You figure, like, guys that have been on a ferry for 26
The Cavs thought you guys were deid, and they went home.
But who won the snooker tournament?
It was a dead gig. It was
We did the gig, and then we went down to catch the boat, and when we got to the ferry terminal, it hadn't arrived.
right.
It
So we
hadn't
had to go
left.
back to the
It
hotel
hadn't
room.
left the mainland on the other side, so we knew that the best thing, because we had to break into our
back to the hotel
hotel.
room and
I've
break
never
in.
done that before ever in my life. That we got to get back in that room, and there's no one to talk to about
There's
it.
no one to stay in there, so we'll just stay one more night. We'll keep it quiet.
You
We'll
knew,
stay-
you knew the kind of charity you were going to get at a ship one night here. Hey, can we use the room again? There's no boat. Yeah, fucking right. You suck. Both of you. Pay up. Let's go.
That was a credit card deal too, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Problem. It's easy.
Yeah, it was way too. Are you doing a set, Mark? No.
Sorry. Are you?
No. I can't talk to the public. Jesus. That's why I'm here hanging with you guys.